friends, it's Charles here, and I bet you're wondering what I want to talk about. Is there a hint? Yes, I want to talk about Spawn and the Spawn universe. If you are not reading Spawn right now, I would suggest jumping on because there is a whole new world almost. It started with 350. There will be some spoilers, but for the longest time, there's been a war over the throne of heaven and over control of the dead zones. And you know, Al Simmons had done something with the dead zones that kind of created a bunch of chaos. And so there was a full fledged war for the throne of hell, and that culminated in number 350, where neither heaven or hell won. It was won by somebody else, who, as of right now, is still a mystery of how they're going to use that power. But if you look at the books here, you look at Spawn. It says a new ruler, a new artist, a new direction. And boy, is it ever King Spawn, a new ruler, a new world, a new direction, referring to the culmination of that battle. Gunslinger Spawn, a new ruler, a new artist, a new direction. And the Scorched, a new ruler, a new world, a new direction as well. Um, these are great books to start off with if you want to jump an on point where you won't be too lost. That's Gunslinger Spawn 29, King Spawn 31, which is another angle parallel to Spawn, and so it's different stories but in the same timeline as regular Spawn. And then Spawn 351, and then the Scorched 27, which she spawned on the cover. That's a great damn cover, if you ask me. But essentially, what has happened, and like I said, I will give a couple of spoilers away. But the dead zones that were used to travel between heaven and hell and earth, um, pretty much the dead zone became the entirety of earth. And in the dead zone, the spawn or the angels cannot use their powers. So with the dead zone being the entirety of Earth, that means that Spawn is just Al Simmons. She Spawn is just Jessica. Gunslinger Spawn is just Julio. So on and so forth. And it creates fun dynamics, and you get to see these guys, their strengths in a new way. In the Gunslinger Spawn series, one thing that he has to overcome is not only is he a man out of time, out of his element, but he is the weakest Spawn. And so he has to deal with that, and it's kind of a sore spot with him. But when everything kind of, when the playing field is leveled, Julio is just a bad MFer. Just, he's he's kind of brought up to the same level as the other Spawn because of his skill in battle and survival and his tenacity. And with She Spawn, she doesn't have the protection that the suit gives, so she has to rely on her military training and her, intelligence with that. And with Spawn is just Al Simmons, and I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's in a good way. It creates a lot of tension and a lot of mystery, but it doesn't lead you alone, and it leads you along. And there's still this cloud of the new ruler of hell, and what are they gonna do? How are they gonna rule through all this chaos? And how are these characters going to fare in this world where they're no longer superpowered? And yeah, they're great stories. And the great thing about the Spawn series is, if you look at all of these books, where the prices keep going up, it's still only $2.99 a book. And so that's a great deal in this comic economy. And the writing is still top tier. the art is still top tier. You know, the actual manufacturing is still top tier. These are some of the highest quality books that you will get your hands on, from the way they're made to the art, whatever. And you know, I really appreciate the care and the effort that is put into the Spawn series. You know, I think it was one of the bedrocks of Image Comics, and that's something they take seriously, which is nice in this, this financial driven economy where everybody's just about putting out books and getting those numbers up. You know, Todd McFarlane still cares about Spawn. Image Comics still cares about Spawn, and that comes through in these books. So, like I said, check them out. It's a good starting off point with the Scorched 27, a book that features She Spawn, Medieval Spawn, Haunt, and I think there's another character as well. Gunslinger Spawn pops in and out, and of course, Al Simmons Spawn. Gunslinger Spawn follows Julio, aka Gunslinger Spawn, and Great Buckets. It's my favorite of the Spawn series, to tell you the truth. And then we have Spawn and King Spawn. And so that's my thoughts on the Spawn universe and the reset starting at 350. If you want to get caught up on the war leading up to it, I would say the only things that, I would probably go back to maybe Spawn 346, 345, and King Spawn maybe 27, 28, and that'll get you up to date on the battle and the war for the Throne of Hell. But you really don't even have to have that much background to enjoy these books. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Spawn, my review. I think this reset, if you will, of the Spawn universe is a great thing. You still have the familiar tropes, the familiar set pieces, but the playing field has been completely cleared. Anyway, you guys have a nice one, and I'll see you next time. And if there's any comics that you want my opinion on, or you want me to discuss, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about these videos and more content that you'd like to see covered. I'm out.